I thought it was better than where I was. Girl, it was even worse. It was even worse. What's the word, YouTube? It's Sierra Celeste back at again with another video.
Trust me. I don't like being alone. Thinking about me all night. I wish you would come home. But I'm just trying to balance my space. I'm just trying to protect my space. I don't really need the pain, but I like to feel the pain. Baby, I can use a break, so we just might have to wait. Cause we're way too in love just to fucking let go. Cause we're way too involved just to cut and not call. Way too deep, way too.
And we back with another. Before we get into the story time, y'all already know what to do. Follow me on Instagram, Sierra.Celeste. Follow me on Twitter, Sierra Celeste. Baby, you already know the vibes, period. I told y'all I'm done with roommates, and these story times are exactly why. So in my last video, if y'all watch Roommates from Hell, Kansas City video, so going back to when I lived with my mom at the time in her older house, our landlord was kicking us out. He basically gave us a certain amount of time. I think it was like 60 days to get up out the house. He's going to set a house. So I said, boom, I'm going to just get my own space or whatever. So I didn't get my own like full space, but I did move in, like move out of my mama's house. Like, okay. So I moved to that first lady. And the two crazy roommates had the stud roommate, the OCD roommate. Yeah, no, it was a no for me. So when the stud roommate, when she tried to fight me because I moved her pot literally 2 inches over on the countertop, when she tried to fight me, I automatically knew the house was not safe for me anymore. I knew that any small thing was going to turn her up, and I just didn't have time. Like, it was the middle of the winter. It was December, actually. I didn't have time to even like play with my housing or anything like that. So from that moment, I knew I wasn't going to put no more money into this space because I was renting, right? So I started looking up new places, right? Looking up new places. At this time, I was really just trying to find like a room, and I really wish I was in a better mindset to try to get my own space. But when I was renting, I couldn't really save up like that. You know, I end up moving out. I found this new place. Okay. We're going to call this place, Lit. But so we're going to call the place Lit. Okay. Lit. Lit. Okay. So I found the place. It was an easy move-in process. I was literally like at my friend's like graduation when I was doing all the paperwork and stuff, like waiting for the graduation to start or whatever. So did everything that I need to do to move in, told my mom, moved out that place. The landlord at the old place was like texting me like, oh, what happened? Why'd you move out? Da, 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 da. But I only texted her one time back, and I let her know like how I felt like unsafe or whatever. It was just irritating because she's like, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell us? And I'm like, girl, I told y'all the first time, y'all did nothing. Y'all thought a little cute apology was going to be okay with this girl trying to put her hands on me. I am okay. I'm cool. So I moved up out of there or whatever. I get into Lit, right? So first day I'm into Lit. I kind of move in at nighttime. So it's really like everybody's kind of just in their room. I noticed my room was super cold. So that first night, I told my mom, like, I'm going to need a heater or whatever. She's like, okay, I'm going to bring you the one from our house. And she's going to bring it to me, but she's going to bring it to me the next day. So the first night I was there, I was so cold. I ended up getting sick, everything. It was rough. It was rough. The room was small, but it was better. Well, what I thought it was better than where I was. Girl, it was even worse. It was even worse living there. So boom, as soon as I move in, it's a lot of characters in this house, okay? So I went from living in just the basement and only having one roommate to now having like 6 or 7 roommates, right? So it's this long ranch house, and it got mad rooms, and then it got a big kitchen and a big like backyard, and that's pretty much it. It was like I was kind of used to having like a community room, like some type of living room or something like that, but it was no living room. It was just the kitchen. That was like the main place where everybody can come. So when we first moved in, it's this girl there. We're gonna call her Tia, okay? So when I first met Tia, me and my mom met her at the same time. She seemed really nice, so I was like, okay, cool. The next day when I started like trying to see it around the house, or really that next week, I noticed me and Tia are the only women there. So I'm like, okay, no issues, because I'm kind of used to living with, like situations where it's a lot more men. Like, I don't know. It's just like I'm used to it. So as time went on, I did start to get to know my roommate. So we had Tia there. Okay. So let's describe Tia. Tia was an older white woman, miserable. Everybody that lived in this house was literally miserable. Okay. So she was miserable. And at first I didn't know that she was miserable. And until she started really like projecting onto me, like I didn't even have no issue with Tia. First of all, Tia was an alcoholic. It was a lot of people in that house that was alcoholic. Yes, they love that liquor. They love that bottle. Tia was an alcoholic or whatever. So she would get really drunk at night and just start yelling and singing and just saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like, I didn't know. She was racist too. She was racist because she was saying a whole bunch of racist stuff in her room too. So it was like one night I was like on the phone with my friend, and all I hear is boom, boom, boom on my door. And I know it's Tia. And she's like telling me to keep my voice down. I'm too loud on the phone. Bitch, wasn't you just screaming on the top of your lungs last night when you were drunk? Like, what are you talking about? So I would literally just ignore Tia. Like, the first time she even did some weird shit to me, I left my room to go to the kitchen. And no, I went to the bathroom, then I went to the kitchen. She came out her room and went all the way to the kitchen. Mind you, it's a little walk. Came all the way to the kitchen and was like, oh, you need to stop slamming doors or something like that. Whatever. So I literally just ignored her, like, girl, bye. And I knew in this house, I was really going to have to like control my emotions and just ignore, because I already came from a situation. So I'm like, I just want to have no issues, right? Or whatever. So it was like Christmas Day. I was trying to make peach cobbler for my family. This was the first time I ever like made peach cobbler or anything like that. So yeah, it didn't really turn out right. I was kind of failing. I was pretty failing like in the kitchen, but I was trying to I was mixing and whipping, and I thought I could save it, but I couldn't save it. I had got the wrong ingredient and messed up the whole peach cobbler. But anyway, so when I first walked in, right, my hair was done. I had black hair. My hair was done. My makeup was done. I had a cute little outfit on. Probably smelled good. She probably smelled a bad bitch when I walked past her. And she was like, oh, wow. And I remember I heard it, but I didn't say nothing, like, whatever. So she's like, oh, wow. And then she's like, immediately start talking about herself. That's how I knew she was intimidated by me. Cause she's like, oh yeah. Cause mind you, I told you she's older. She's like, back in my day, like I used to dress like that. I actually used to own a gym, and like, you probably can't tell right now. Like, and it's like, she's literally dragging herself down. Nobody's asking her no questions. Nobody's even interacting with her. She's just speaking out loud. So then I was like, yeah, this bitch, she gonna try me. I already knew she was going to try me. So, she was finna say something to me when I was making the peach cobbler, but she ended up not saying nothing because I could hear her. She was finna say something slick, and I was just like, oh, I was finna say something slick back. Cause bitch, if you slick, I'm slick too. Fuck you talking about? So yeah. So when she really tried me, so I was in the kitchen, right? Just minding my business, cooking. I was doing something. I had my headphones on though. I could hear her, right? Talking shit. I don't know who she's talking about. I just hear her talking shit. Like, I know what it sounds like when somebody really talking, right? So she's talking shit. I'm not paying no mind to her until my music paused, right? My music paused. And she said something, and I'm like, hold on. I know this bitch not talking about me. Standing right next to me, talking shit about me in my face, in my house. Girl, fuck out of here. So I put my headphones back. I said, who are you talking to? And then she just starts going off, right? So that's how I knew. I either said who you're talking to or who you're talking about. That's how I knew she was talking about me, because she just starts going off on me. This girl, would y'all believe what she was mad over? This girl was mad because I was using the ice tray in the freezer. Mind you, the ice tray do not say Tia's ice tray. It don't, like, in the house, it came furnished. So it's a lot of things that already came with the house. So I'm not knowing that this is Tia's, right? So she tried to get into it with me over that. Mind you, she had just got into it with another roommate. We're going to call him Kyle, okay? Her and Kyle just got into it like a week before then. I don't know. I really feel like Tia wanted to take Kyle down. I really don't know what it was, but they were just like miserable old white people that did not like each other. Like they were almost the same age. They was just mean to each other. Tia was just mean spirited in general. Kyle was fake. He was mean, nice, whatever. So I guess they was having a little back and forth. Tia must have took her leg and said, dude, but she did it in a little playful way. Like they arguing. I guess he turned to the back. She said, dink. He must have looked around like, bitch, dink, dink, dink. When I tell you the girl was on the floor, all I hear is screaming, like somebody is crying to the top of their lungs, screaming. So I'm looking like, what is even going on? I go to the kitchen. I see Tia on the floor crying. And then I see we have another roommate. Okay, we're going to call him Jay. So Jay is a Hispanic man. He's older. He's not that up in there in age, probably like my daddy age, like around that, maybe a little bit younger. But anyway, so Jay is just over there like, man, he's trying to like calm Kyle down and also trying to be there for Tia. Jay was like really like the nice like mediator in the beginning. So anyway, she had just got beat the fuck up the week before. So when she was talking shit to me, bitch, haven't you learned? Like I'm over here talking shit back to her, and I'm just like, that's why you got your ass beat. That's why you got your ass beat. Like just talking, because why are you coming at me? And then she said some racist stuff too. So yeah, why is you coming at me? I don't even know you. I've been ignoring you this whole time because I could tell miserable old bitches like you try to start with young bad bitches like me. So no, I'm not going for it. So then after her and Kyle's fight, our landlord, so we just gonna call him landlord. Landlord is very messy. Landlord is basically like the tenants run the house. So landlord is not in Kansas City. He's in Florida. So he just kind of listens to each side and then takes whoever side is like, I guess, I don't know, whoever telling him what he want to hear. I'm not really sure, but he be taking sides. So he ended up kicking Tia out the house, but he kept Kyle in the house, which I thought was kind of interesting because I'm just like, they both was fighting. They both put their hands on each other. They both should get up out the house. So, okay, boom. So then after Tia left, we had like different other roommates, but these are the roommates that kind of like stayed there mostly the whole time. So then it was Kyle there. Kyle's an older white man. This man is very fake. He will be in your face. Hey, sweetie. Hey, darling. How you doing today? Oh my gosh. It's asking you all types of questions about your job and business and whatever the case might be, and be talking mad shit behind you, not thinking you'll hear it. So then that's Kyle. Then we had Jay. Like I said, Jay was the Hispanic older man. Jay was cool at first. I will say Jay was really cool at first. He's a strong believer of God, so I really did mess with him. But then it's like he started going through his divorce and he just started really honing in on Christianity, which is no problem. It's no problem because I love the Lord. But it was like overcompensating over something. I don't know what he was compensating for, but he was just doing it way too much to the point where you can't have any conversation with him without bringing up God. And like, I would never say nothing because it's like, I'm a Christian too. So it's like, how am I going to be mad at you for talking about God? But it's like, dang. It's like, good morning, Jay. Hey, oh my gosh, I just love the Lord. Like the Lord, like just got me through my divorce and I just like, okay, like I just listen to, whatever. But then as he's really getting deep into this divorce that he got going on with his wife, he started drinking more. When he started drinking more, I don't know about y'all. When I drink, I like to have fun. I like to turn up. I like to vibe. I like to look like a baddie, Sometimes when niggas, especially older men, when they drink, they get angry. They want to fight. Like, I really never understood that. But yeah, so he was definitely like becoming like an angry drunk sometimes. And it was just getting too much. Like Jay was cool at first, but then when he would have an issue with someone, he would not let it go, bro. Like I would literally just be like, sometimes in situations like this where you live with mad adults and it's nobody like, You know, we're not in high school. It's nobody over here regulating us, you know. You just gotta let some things go. And so there was this one boy, we just gonna call him D or whatever. So D moved in. I guess D was cool with them at this time because I feel like Kyle and Jay was trying to make this little like family friendship. It was not no family. Like it just, I don't know, it's not no family. So D in there D came in as a roommate. He was cool at first to them, but then he started acting weird to them, and then all of a sudden they just started having all these issues with him, and I could see how they would manipulate our landlord, and I would just see how they would like tell him, oh, D is doing this, D is doing that. Mind you, D is in his room minding his business. It would be like little stuff, like D started bringing stuff into his room, but it's his stuff, right? So it'd be like cooking stuff, but he's bringing cooking stuff into his room. So he, I guess, had a knife in his room or whatever. He brought it out and he walked past this other roommate. We're gonna call her Sarah. So he walked past Sarah. Sarah's a white girl. He walked past Sarah or whatever. And Jay just made it like this whole big thing as if like he was trying to do something, but it's like he literally just had the knife and was walking past. But he made it seem to our landlord like as if he was trying to hurt Sarah or something. And it's like I could tell that Jay was really like picked and choose because he would come to me like I can get anybody out this house because the way our landlord was so on the phone, like anything Jay said, they like people would be up out the house. Like, so him and D is like going back and forth to the point like they were going back and forth for like a little minute, but it was like one argument. I remember D had just went in his room and said, just leave me alone. Can you please just leave me alone? Jay is literally yelling through his door at him. And I was just thinking in my head, we grown? Like, are we grown? Are we kids? Are we grown? Are we kids? Are we grown? I really wasn't sure. I just tried to stay out of it. But one thing I am learning, if you are in a drama field or just problem area, even if you try to stay out of it, it's going to come to you somehow, some way. So boom, D ends up leaving. Another roommate moves in or whatever, but then Jay had did the same thing. So Jay got D up out the house. He had did the same thing with this girl named we're gonna call her Ming. Ming, like she's from Asia, so she really didn't have, I don't know specifically where, so I just say Asia, but she's Asian, so, and she comes straight from there, like not even American at all. So some of her practices is a little different, you know, and I feel like she got a little overwhelmed. She's real quiet. She got a little overwhelmed with like all the people in the house and them talking and stuff. So sometimes she wouldn't always put her dishes back, or sometimes she would bring kitchen supplies into her room. And it was just like her cleanliness wasn't the best. I'm not even gonna lie, it wasn't the best, but it's like we can talk to people. We don't have to yell at them. So one day I heard Jay and Ming yelling at each other, and I let it go on for a little minute, but I just got up and went in there, just the kitchen, to say something, because Ming went to a church that I used to go to. So I thought she was cool, and I knew she was sweet and nice. And in this house, I know they like to put their hands on women. So I'm just like, let me just go up in here and let me just say some or monitor or whatever. So I tried to be the peacemaker in their situation. In this house, they was always fighting. They was always beefing. They were miserable. These were miserable people. So anyway, so Ming only stayed there for like a month. She's like, gotta get up out of here. Like, not doing that. I wouldn't want to be at a place where I'm arguing with someone every day, all day, or whatever. So different roommates would move in. But most of like the same ones, like Jay, Tia moved out, Sarah and Kyle, and those were like the main like roommates like that I had or whatever. Jay ended up like moving out after when the divorce was finalized. I think he ended up getting a girlfriend at the time and just getting his own place. I was so happy for that, because I'm just like, Jay, you clearly are going through something. You need to be by yourself. But it's just like, I just noticed like the people in the house, they drink like a lot. And so when they drink, it's like when you drink, it's like you just never know what could happen. People start saying things differently. Like, I don't know. I just really just tried to like stay in my room. I was the youngest, so I feel like niggas had their eyes on me just a little bit. Because it was this other roommate. I'm gonna call him Steve. I'm just making up names at this time. So Steve had came in. He came from New York. So I was like, okay, cool. Came from Brooklyn too. So first I thought he was pretty cool first day, but then I noticed he was kind of like mysterious a little bit. So it's like then like after the first day, I started to notice like he would just be like outside, just roaming outside in our backyard, or like in the hallways, just roaming the hallways. He was actually like really quiet too. He said something happened to his brain. He was working and something like fell on his head. So his like I feel like he was like a little delayed, like, but not like he wasn't slow, but it was just like he was so like when he talked so quiet to the point where you have to be like, what? Like, what you say? Like he'll come in, like, boom. So it's like me and my roommates, he was just chatting, right? We chatting, right? So then Steve just come out of nowhere. And he'd be like, so yeah, like, and I'll be looking like, what? What'd you say? He'd be like I said, like, and, and he would do that so randomly. Like I would be having a conversation with someone, and he would just walk in on the conversation like we wasn't even talking or nothing, and he'd be like, yeah, cause like I was about to like, and they was like, and I just like whatever. So I was like, okay, that was one thing I noticed. Second thing I noticed about Steve, hella paranoid. Like hella paranoid. Like I know I get paranoid because I know I have anxiety. I get paranoid. I do. He was so paranoid to the point I feel like with the brain surgery that he had to have, and then him just being in situations where stuff is getting taken from him, it just made him super paranoid. So he would literally park his car on. So it's like the window, and then it's like the sidewalk, and then it's like the driveway, right? So he would park his car on the sidewalk so because his window was right there, so he could see his car. He would just park it on the sidewalk instead of just parking it in the driveway, because sometimes there wasn't always room in the driveway, and we had a backyard driveway. He didn't want to park his car over there because he couldn't see his car. And so I'm just like, to a point, I understand, but it's like on the sidewalk though, like, and then sometimes he would park on the grass too. And you really can't be doing that. You can't be parking on the grass. And so I'm just like, yeah, he was like super paranoid. Like it was like one time he was like asking me if I saw his THC, and I'm just like, no. I'm like, where? Because I just walked to the kitchen. I'm like, where did you have it last at? He's like, oh, I had it like in my room. And mind you, we have locks on our doors, like a number code that locks it. So I'm like, oh, well, then it's in your room, because it's like, unless you gave your number code out, it's in your room, And he's like, nah. He's like, yeah, but it's just weird. Like it was just there and now it's gone. And like whenever he would say stuff like that to me, because that's not the first time. It just gave you're trying to accuse someone of stealing. Now, I don't think he was accusing me, but I think he was just accusing someone in the house of stealing, when really you're just paranoid and you lost it in your room and you need to go find it in your room. Like, I don't know. It was something a little off about him. He was trying to talk to me too. Yeah, like I was like the only black girl in that house. Once Tia left, one more girl, Ming, had moved in, and then Ming quickly moved out. The only other girl that was there was Sarah, and Sarah has got on my nerves, girl. First of all, Sarah was dirty. She tried to act to everybody like she was the cleanest person in the house when she really wasn't. Very dirty. She used to snitch on me. We had in our lit app or whatever, our renting app, whatever. She used to try to snitch on me. I didn't even know that you could rate your roommates and stuff like that. When I found that out, I was like, girl, I started snitching on her back too, because it's like, don't be trying to make it seem like you are cleaning and nobody else is cleaning, because you're definitely not cleaning. I had to literally start taking pictures, because like, mind you, 7 people in the house. That motherfucker gonna get dirty. And it's a modern house, so everything is white on the inside. Not everything, but a lot of stuff is white on the inside. So I would go out my way to clean the bathroom. I would go out my way to clean the kitchen, do like I'm talking about a deep clean, like once a week. And so I had to start taking pictures because people weren't doing their dishes, they weren't cleaning, whatever. Fast forward, I really didn't like Sarah. Fast forward to like the ending, right? So I had got like one message about Sarah, like my landlord. He had like managers that work for him, and one of his managers had messaged me saying that I wasn't cleaning or something like that. But like, mind you, there's no cameras in the house. They just taking word. They're just taking word of mouth. So if Sarah tells the manager that Sierra's not cleaning, they believe that Sierra's not cleaning, and it's just like, y'all motherfuckers be lying. Like when Jay was here, he used to lie on people. If he didn't like them, he used to lie on people to get them out the house. And guess what happened? They would get up out the house, because it's like the way the Lit app was, you could rate people and then that would like affect your score. Oh yeah, I'm never doing that shit no more, because when the fuck does the tenants have the right to say who can stay in the house, who can't stay in the house? Nigga, do you want this money or not? Fuck you talking about? So anyway, so after that, towards the end, when I was I didn't know I was about to leave. I was literally, you know what's crazy? It was a Saturday, right? I didn't have to work that day. I had my little THC popped in, you know, eating my food, chilling, watching a movie, having a good Saturday. I get an email saying that I have 14 days to move out the house, and that basically like the reasoning for it was nothing. And the reasoning said I wasn't a good fit for the house. Who in this motherfucker been snitching? Because I'm just like, damn, Sarah, we really got issues over some dishes. Like, girl, what? So I did question Sarah about it, but she said when the manager had messaged me, which was like months beforehand, that was the only time she even like said something to them. So I'm like, okay. In the back of my mind, I think it was Kyle. I think because Kyle, like I said, is very fake, and he be having our our landlord on speed dial. So I really think it was Kyle trying to get me out. I don't even know, but I knew that it was God taking me out that situation, because when I was living in that house, it was a lot of other stuff that was going on that I was kind of like dealing with at the time. And it just was like full circle. God got me up out of there during the time when a lot of that stuff was going on. So yeah, I had to get up out of there or whatever. And so now I'm back at my mama's house, but I am saving so that I can just get my own place, because I'm not doing roommates no more. These motherfuckers is crazy. I'm not doing it, but it was fun. Like when I first moved in, it felt like a little like party house. Like it was cool, but then it's just like, I don't like projection. That is my biggest thing. I do not like when people try to project onto you. That should be so irritating. Like, keep your problems over there. I don't got no problems. I don't got no issues. Like I said, everybody in the house was miserable. So it was a lot of projecting. But I'm a tough cookie. I'm gonna stand my ground. You're not finna talk to me no way. And I feel like that's what Tia was trying to give me, like my little welcoming package. See if I was finna be scary, or see if I was finna really talk my shit to her. And what did I do? I talked my shit, because girl, what? I never even had no issue with Tia. Me and Tia, I thought we was cool, like some girl power. She came in that motherfucker hating. I was like, girl, like, and then I don't think it was over. It wasn't like no nigga or nothing like that. Cause you know, girl, that's the biggest thing why girls behave. But I think she just was the only woman, like, and she just kind of got used to that. Like she wanted, like, you know, to piss on her tree or some shit like that, you know. But I really was just trying to stay out the way, like, and just stay in my room. And yeah, but I was being nice one time, and I cooked for them for Easter. I was trying to just be cool, you know. But yeah, that house was crazy. I would never do that again. I needed something quick on the fly, you know? And I was like, I keep saying I was the youngest person in the house, because when I moved in, I did not know that. There was another guy that lived right next door to me. I thought he was my age. Whole time, this nigga like 10 years older than me. I'm like, wow, black don't crack for real. Because there was some black people in the house or whatever. But yeah, that's it. And even the way they kicked me out, I just felt like that was just so like, just wrong. Like I had to get up out of there fast though, because I'm like, I could fight it, but do I want to fight it? Do I want to do all that? I really don't give a fuck. Like not to live in that house, because that house was dirty. Like literally when they sent me that 14-day email or whatever, I stopped cleaning. I was like, I would do deep cleanings, you know, try to keep the house maintained or whatever. I stopped cleaning. I stopped doing all that. The dishes started piling up. It started getting real dirty to the point they was in the group chat talking, and finally I said something to Kyle, because usually when Kyle be doing that fake stuff, I try not to even say nothing to him. But he wrote hella long paragraphs about people not cleaning the dishes, calling all types of names. Yeah, run me that. I start being a keyboard warrior in that motherfucker. Yeah, because this nigga talking about something. He's a gourmet chef. He can't even cook. Nigga, you cook sandwiches at midnight. You're not a fucking gourmet chef. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, so after that, got up out of there. I've been left since end of September, and that's really when my life was just lifing during that time. But now I'm on a better page, so yeah, keep up on my journey, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Sierra.Celeste, follow me on Twitter, Sierra Celeste 2, baby. You already know the vibes, period.
Trust me, I don't like being alone, thinking about me all night. I wish you would come home, but I'm just trying to balance my space. I'm just trying to protect my space. I don't really need the pain, but I love to feel the pain. Baby, I can use a break, so we just might have to wait.